Well, howdy, 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 y'all. Teresa here, and
Sandwich sculptor Brad.
are you a sandwich artist?
No, I'm a sandwich sculptor.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Well, if you were a sandwich artist, you could work for Subway.
Well, that's why I'm not a sandwich artist, because I don't want to infringe on any kind of legal copyrights. So I'm a sandwich sculptor.
Okay, well, he sculpted some really good ones. Howdy, howdy, howdy. It is November 14th, 2016, Monday afternoon. It's 1:47 p.m. on this fine, shiny day. Shiny? Or sunny, even. Wow.
Sunshiny day.
It's 66 degrees. Real feel is 68. High will be 71. The low will be 48. We're having to wear winter gear now, which means I actually put my shoes on, and I wear a long sleeve shirt when I go out in the morning. That's the way it goes.
That's the way we roll.
Let me get out my cheat sheet. Out. Yesterday I did take a nap after Brad went to work. He's like, and then I did work on a painting for a while. I worked on one of them for a while, and I just really wasn't feeling it too much. So you get to a point where it's like, if I slap too much more paint on this sucker, I'm just going to mess it up. So I might as well just kind of tuck it away and, and I just ended up working on that one. I did do a little bit of looming. I didn't do too much because the carpal tunnel was really bothering me. I'm still working on this 8-stitch or double knit 8-stitch, figure 8 stitch. You can find that on here on YouTube on how to do it. Basically, it's like that, and then you go on each side, and it makes this double knit. It's kind of a nice lacy knit. I like it. I'm using it for this scarf. So
I remember when you first started doing that, you weren't that thrilled with that stitch.
No, remember I even said I'm not too sure about this stitch.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't that the hood part is already lacy and stuff, I would have picked something else, but it will all go together very, very well. So I did that. Like I said, the carpal tunnel was really bothering me. I did paint my fingernails last night. I don't know if you can tell. I did that. And just kind of hung out. I did make a cake last night. And it was
really good.
What's that one kind of cake that
Tiramisu?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. I had found the recipe I showed you guys yesterday. If you look on yesterday's vlog on it, and it was good. Made a lot.
Yeah.
We had to use 6 eggs. So, I've been kind of fighting the blues a little bit, and I will get into that more. Today we need to go mail a package. We need to go mail that jellyfish that I did. Because we didn't get to it Thursday. And then Friday. We were going to do it Friday, and then we forgot that it was Veterans Day. And so then we're going to mail it out today. We need to clean house at some point in time. Brad has to, he's going to be doing some deep cleaning. We have never had to experience cockroaches, being from Wyoming. And I was talking with my neighbor, and she lived in this area all of her life. And she said, yeah, they're very common here. No matter how sterile or sanitary your home is, you'll have some. She said, Sheila said part of it was hunting because it's been very dry out.
Okay.
So,
and then I think as it does start to cool off, that's why they're
right. Because I asked her, I said, we've never experienced this. Help! I'm a little freaked out, because I've noticed just a few. And like I said, I don't know what to do with these things. I mean, and freaked out and stuff. And, Jasper, no. And, you know, she said, well, you need to spray all around and stuff. And I had read some stuff. I had read last night because there was one closet that we used kind of like a pantry that I noticed some in. And I noticed it was soapy water, and it said it could even be your bath water. That's enough soap. But you spray it on them, and it kills them. It basically suffocates them. And I sprayed some of that on them, and yeah, it worked. So, but I was going to take care of that. He bought some, roach motels or something. And then, we've got some bug spray and stuff. So, he'll take care of that. I will be going outside with the dogs when he does that. Number one, to get them out of the way. Number two, because it will freak me out. And I am very freaked out about it. I am sleeping with the lights on because, yeah. In fact, last night he insisted that I go sleep back in the bedroom because I'm just that freaked out about this whole thing. Just not used to it, guys. And I will be doing some painting outside. I want to clean up the area outside, and then I want to take some of my painting stuff outside and do some painting outside. I've been wanting to do that for a very long time. I have been fighting, and you guys will notice, and I know that this is something very common for so many of us, but I always try to keep my blogs very real. I've been fighting some issues basically having to do with the holidays approaching, and just some issues that go along with that. Excuse me, my allergies are acting up lately, and my asthma too, so, you know, some loneliness, because my best friend now is back at work full time, and, you know, I got used to having him home all the time, and, you know, now he's working, you know, over 40 hours a week, and I really miss him, and thank you, and I know the animals really miss him too. You know, it's hard on us. And, you know, he's my best friend. He's that one person I know I can go to and talk to about anything. Because I have a hard time opening up to people. I love, you know, I have a lot of people that come in and talk to me about their problems and stuff. But I have a hard time. I feel like I don't want to infringe on anybody if I'm having an off night, or you know, something's really bothering me, you know, and I don't want to seem like I'm whining. So I have a tendency to kind of withdraw and keep everything to myself. And it's taken a lot of years for me to be able to open up to him. And a lot of it, like I said, is seasonal. The holidays and stuff. You know, not having that Hallmark family crap going, you know, where, you know, everybody's like, oh, yeah, let's get together for the holidays. We didn't have that when we lived close to our family.
No. Come here, Nix.
And
come on, Nix.
One of the issues that I fight is feeling like everybody is too busy.
Nixie quit.
And I know that everybody is busy, but for me, the worst thing you do is tell me that you're too busy. Just a blanket. I'm always going to be too busy. Not a. Let me scoot forward here a little bit. I need to adjust my back. Not just I'm busy at the moment. I would love to talk to you. I would love to talk to you about this here in even a day or 2 days. But right now I'm busy. But that blanket kind of, I'm busy, I'm always going to be too busy, because it just makes me feel like I'm not a priority. You know, when you have friends and family state to you about how busy they are, and they take the time to explain to you just how busy they are, and it's like, okay, the time that you just took to explain to me how you are far too busy to communicate with me, you could have communicated with me. And I know that stems from how well I was growing up. My mother was always too busy. She was always too busy to do things with me. She was always too busy to talk with me. Um, I was to sit in a corner and be quiet unless I was called upon to do something. And if I had problems, here's a plate of cookies. And, so when somebody says, whether they're family or friends, that they're just too busy, it really gets to me because it's like, I already feel like I don't exist on so many levels. And sometimes you wonder if you ever did exist. Because when you don't have anybody really saying that they miss you, that they remember any good times with you, no matter what you did, then you feel like, did I ever exist? So, and how we project ourselves with, I'm just so busy, like, my life is way too busy to have to slow it down, and I've got much more important people to talk to and stuff than you, is really, a hard thing to handle. And that's probably just an issue within me. But it is my issue, and anybody that has a relationship with me would have to be a bit understanding. I'm not asking you to stop your life to talk with me, but if you could give me 5 minutes of your time once in a while, that would mean the world. You know, uh, if I message you, if you could even message back, even if you don't really have time, you don't have to go into a big long message. You could even say, right now I can't answer this. I did read it, but I'm going to answer it later on tonight. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I can understand that. Or for the next couple of days I'm tied up, but then, I want to sit down and talk with you. Awesome. I understand we all have things going on.
Charlie.
That's just a part of life. But, and Brad's much the same way. He grew up in the same kind of dynamic that, he had a parent that was always far too busy. His father was always far too busy. And his mother was always busy too, and he was kind of raised with the same conception of, you should sit in a corner and not take any of my time up but obey and jump to it when something is needed to be done. Or a sibling is needed to be watched or whatever. And I think that makes a lot of us really withdraw, because from an early childhood, then you are taught that you are not near as important as anybody else. That old adage of you should seen and children should be seen and not heard. And yeah, everybody gets busy at certain points in time, but when it's a way of life, So I just kind of implore to everybody that no matter how busy you are, make time for people, because maybe you're that one person that they reach out to that they need to talk about something. We wonder why people get depressed. And well, it's because if you can't ever articulate and talk and, and share something with somebody, you feel like it's hopeless and you feel like nobody understands you. And, I always believe that you make time for those people that are important to you, no matter how busy you are. You might be so busy right at the moment, but to even say to that person, it's kind of, I look at it kind of like if you had to go to work, like when Brad goes to work. Well, okay, certainly he doesn't have time to sit and talk with me right then and there, that evening when he's at work or whatever. But I know that when he's off work If it's real important, I'll talk to him when he gets off work. If not, I'll wait till the next day when he's off work or something, and then I'll just kind of have a little meltdown. Like this morning. When I'm just like out there boo-hooing and stuff because, I feel so lonely and I'm really fed up to here with living in this RV and, because that does get very hard. I'll go into that in a minute, but, you make time for people that are really important and we all have different points and times in our life where maybe we're overwhelmed ourselves and we couldn't be there for somebody, but then when maybe just even say, I'm kind of really overwhelmed. I've had some major changes in my life right now. So I need a little bit of time to digest that and get used to it, and then,
Can I expound on that?
Yeah.
You know how I feel about Grandma Heidi.
Mm-hmm.
And the one of my greatest memories was, when I was very small, as in under 10. And if it didn't matter how trivial it was, but if I went to Grandma Heidi to talk to her, I had her complete, focused, undivided attention.
Mm-hmm.
Like whatever I had to say was the most important thing in the world. And 40 years later, I still remember that so vividly. But you know what kind of person she was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. She had that way about her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm just saying. It don't be so busy living your life you don't take time for the people in your life. And you might think like that. You might think that, oh well, I get told quite often with people, oh, you've got, you're so upbeat and creative and you're there for people. But I have my moments too. Nobody can be up all the time some people can be, but it's just some of us that, like everybody, you go through mood swings. This is my most unfavorite time of the year, people. Okay, I'll just be straight out, no bullshit right here. This is not my favorite time of the year. It's a very hard time of the year for me. I used to absolutely love the holiday. I was the one that put on all the holiday dinners. I was the one that decorates for every holiday, But then family dynamics change. Basically, the family falls apart. It's no longer, people go off, it's shattered and they go off and it's no longer, and it's a very hard time. And ironically, it makes it a little easier living this far away.
Can I expound on one more
You
thing?
may.
Okay.
You can expound on anything you want to expound on.
Okay. Well, one thing you said is these people that say, I don't have time right now.
Mm-hmm.
But, you're not guaranteed that there's going to be a tomorrow, or there's going to be a later.
That's a good point. I always love how everybody can come together if somebody dies.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can come together if somebody is dying.
Mm-hmm.
But when they're living,
yeah,
nobody has time.
Yep.
And I think that's such a stupid concept because everybody will drop everything to come to a funeral. Really? That person doesn't give a shit. They're dead. Okay? I know you're paying your last respects. Well, you could have paid your respects and visited with them, and it would have really made a big difference when they were alive.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you think that it would cause a conflict, and then it's probably best to stay away. I've had that happen too in my life where, you had a I had a grandmother I loved dearly who was getting where she was starting to go. She was starting to on her way out, and I knew it would cause too much. I felt like it would cause too much conflict, so that was my most respectful thing with it. Wouldn't cause conflict with her, but the people surrounding. But anyway, this is not my favorite time of the year. I have to work really hard because I start to withdraw. So you guys will probably find me quieter on Facebook and quieter on, I'll still be doing my daily vlog because this is, my outlet. But it's very hard. I mean, it's very hard living in this RV. We want out. And no, we're not interested in relocating right now. It would just cost too much. Brad likes his job. He just started that. We need to be in a warmer climate because not only has it gotten, part of the reason it's gotten hard to be in the RV is it's number one, we're on month number 7 of living in this RV full time with now 3 dogs. We did have 4. We lost one recently, you guys know that. She had to be put down. She was old. And 2 of them are big dogs, and then the 2 cats, and then all our stuff. Because we have just a small storage unit. So all of my yarn and stuff and painting and all that. And what's happened is all the twisting and turning, because if you're going to bake something like that, we use a toaster oven. So that means I've got to move a bunch of stuff to get the toaster oven out, to get the table out, to put the toaster oven. You have to orchestrate what you can cook when, because you cannot do like the toaster oven and the microwave at the same time. You will blow a circuit or a breaker, right?
Yep.
And I mean, what happens is you end up twisting and turning and lifting so much. And even with the cooler temperatures right now, my arthritis is really flaring quite badly. My asthma has really been bad lately. I'm going to have to take a breathing treatment later on. Because I can't even hardly walk very far, and I'm needing to use an inhaler. But anyway, that's just all a physical problem. But that's very draining too and very frustrating. And I know all of you know about dealing with chronic pain and stuff, how depressing and hard that can be. Because I want to be able to do all this. This was not set up to be where I had to handle the dogs all by myself. Being in the RV, it's very hard to take them out. I have to take them out individually, and then for some reason they don't want to go to the bathroom for me, except for the littlest one. But just trying to handle all of that and everything is really gotten to be a bit much. I do not know why my arthritis is so extreme. I know we haven't had tested, have any more tests done, and I have not gone back to the doctor for it because don't really have the money. We don't have medical insurance yet, and I know she would want to do x-rays and all of that to find out why I have such widespread pain right now. But in due time we will. And like I said, I'm just venting. I'm not expecting anybody to fix anything for me or anything. This is just my outlet. I'm just being honest. And I think with being honest is there's probably other friends of mine out there or, and subscribers are going, hey, yeah, I'm going through the same thing. The holidays are not my favorite because of maybe financial or family dynamic or both, or that you recently lost somebody, and so it's a hard time, or maybe you're feeling very frustrated because with the seasonal changes, your arthritis is flaring up too, or your asthma with the changes in the season and stuff. And I think it helps if we're just honest and go, hey, life is pretty good, but I'm not always feeling all rosy-posy. I try to keep very up and I do everything, but, sometimes talking about it helps too. You guys are my counselors.
For the most part, you're up.
Yeah.
And
but I've learned to let you see, though. I used to cry in private and stuff, and now I usually wait till he's around, and that way, because it feels much better when he can hold me and I'm crying, and I can wipe my snotty nose on his shirt. You guys know how the ugly cry goes. And talk with him a little bit.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, I do try to keep up. I
know you do.
You know, I work really hard on it. You know, I work really hard on it. But I'm human too, and too, you know, going through the wonderful menopause thing right now. That's great with the hormones. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're gonna get out of here, and I'm probably gonna upload this later. In fact, but we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna go mail that pack and go for a bit of a ride, because I haven't been out of the house since Wednesday, and that's part of it too, right?
Yep. You hear Nixie being a badass.
Nixie being a bad butt, badass. All right. Well, I love you guys, and I do cherish your friendship, and you know, don't hesitate to reach out. If I don't answer you right away, I will. You know, and all you have to really say to me, if you're really feeling down, just say, sorry about that, is say, I really need to talk. And that kind of will be our secret clue that maybe you're having a rough time of it and you need to talk. So, anyway, I think you guys are awesome. And say bye, Brad.
Bye, Brad.
Bye, guys.